That stand of trees over there.
Hey, Reese, that's you!
I sure am gonna hate to have to break up old dude still.
Jack, cook up!
You sure you want me to go at him from over there, Reese? Gotta give him a chance to get away and slip up down a creek.
Hey, Joe!
You better be quiet. Moving up on him. He liable to hear you and run off.
He'd be a darn fool to let us catch him, what with that new federal judge in Laredo.
If he runs off, we won't have a chance to track him down. But we're gonna have to be hunting up them other stills. He might be able to get clean away.
He ain't moving a muscle.
You reckon he hears real good?
Is this the way Rangers is supposed to take a prisoner?
Buck, you just ain't been with us long enough to understand. We don't want to take this one.
Then what'd we come out here for? We could have sat in a nice, quiet saloon and not took him there if we ain't gonna take him.
Buck, your brains are loose. The captain said we was to come out here.
He also said we were supposed to bring in this little fella.
We can't bring him in if he ain't here.
Say, howdy there, boys. I thought those y'all out here. What's all the hoorahing about? All that screaming and that there hollering?
I don't see nobody. You see anybody, Joe?
Nobody at all.
Well, he's standing right over there.
Just be quiet, will you, Buck?
Sure is lucky we didn't catch sight of old dude. What with the captain sending us out to arrest him?
What kind of joke y'all are playing on me?
We catch sight of you, dude. We gotta take you in.
So far, we ain't seen you.
Well, I seen him.
Well, I don't know what's all the ruckus about. You boys come out and got me before. The old judge just fined me $3 and 3 days in the calaboose. Kind of been looking forward for some Alma cooking. She's still cooking for the jail, ain't she?
Oh, she's still cooking all right. But that old judge ain't around no more. We got a new judge now.
And he doesn't know how to say 3 days or $3.
He kind of leans towards $100 fine.
And 3 years is just about the shortest sentences he hands out.
Well, he ain't gonna give me no 3 years for having a still.
Oh, he won't, will he? He's just liable to give you 10 years. That's what he's liable to give you, all right.
You ain't funning me, Reese.
You bet your galluses we ain't.
Well, I ain't a hankering to spend no 3 years in no calaboose.
Then get on your horse before one of us sees you.
I can't do it, Reese. I can't do it.
Now, dude, you listen to me.
Now, listen, Reese. I'm giving myself up. Now, you take me in. There ain't no man alive gonna say old dude Mika run off from the law. I don't know why you got so far to bother, Reese. It ain't like I'm some mean, ornery, no good.
This court is now in session. The fine for interrupting its procedure is a flat $50. The next voice I hear had better be my own.
My five says that Larkin doesn't even crack a smile the whole time he's in Laredo.
No bet.
Edward Marladen pleaded guilty to stealing 14 head of prime cattle, taking them to Mexico and selling them. 10 years. Lee Hanna married Helen Lay in Texas. Also married Maria Elena Fernandez in Chihuahua, Mexico. Also married Giselle Martucci in Arizona. And also married Leota Bell Thompson. That's in Texas again. 5 years.
Oof. That fellow ought to thank the judge. He can probably use the rest.
Oof.
Connor Donovan.
Here he goes again.
Pleaded guilty to passing himself off as a land agent, selling property, absconding with the money. That's despicable. His court intends to make an example of you. Fair practices in business are a cornerstone of our government. You have attempted to shake the pillars of society, flagrantly abused the free enterprise system, rid roughshod over the rights of property.
Are you sure that Judge Larkin can't try me if he gets to Uvalde?
Even Larkin can't try a case on ashes.
And this court will not condone or excuse your villainous behavior in any way. This court will make it clear to similar scalawags that their actions will be met by summary justice. It is therefore the sentence of this court that you be put to hard labor for 15 years. Dudley Alphonse Meeker.
My name's Dude, Judge.
You have been...
That's his second mistake.
Best thing old Dud can do is keep his mouth shut. Offering them for sale.
I don't know, Judge.
You operate it still?
I makes the best sour mash liquor in all West Texas. I'd sure be obliged if you'd sample some sometime, Judge.
As it happens, I am a prohibitionist, Mr. Meeker. Well, do you offer this beverage for sale?
Oh, no, sir. Folks just comes right out and buys it right up. It's good.
Dude's just getting himself in deeper with every word he says.
Yes, it's a shame an old dude hasn't got somebody to speak up for him.
Reese,
What?
I figure old dude's gonna get about 10 years.
Yeah, unless somebody steps right up there and talks to that judge.
Yeah. God, I sure wish he'd given himself up to me.
And bury the bones of John Barleycorn forever.
You know, the arresting officer carries an awful lot of weight with Judge Larkin.
What'd he say? John who?
Sure wish I was the arresting officer. I'd go up there and speak up for Dude.
Oh, he's getting ready to call sentence freeze. You better get up there before it's too late to speak up. Go.
Mr. Meeker, is that you...
Oh, there now, Judge. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute, Judge Larkin. It's all right. I come up here to...
Sir, this interruption is going to cost you $20.
$20? Well, now, Judge, that's 2 weeks' pay. I arrested this prisoner. And I come up here to speak for him. And first off, I just want to tell you that I've been knowing him, well, ever since I joined up with the Rangers. And been drinking his liquor all that time. And I want to tell you, Judge, that Dude's liquor is every bit as good as any of that liquor you can buy over at the Laredo saloon. And twice as good as that swamp water that Fatty Brown tries to pass off as...
I find the fact that a Texas Ranger would offer an endorsement of illegal whiskey appalling in itself. That he would do so in a court of law is unbelievable.
Well, now, let me tell you, Judge, Dude's liquor is every bit as good as any liquor you ever drunk in your whole life.
Sir, your outburst has already cost you $20. One word more and it'll be another 20.
I don't think you done me no good, Reese. But I sure am obliged to you.
This is not a trial, Ranger. No witnesses are to be called, which makes your comment out of order in principle as well as in content. The prisoner has already pleaded guilty to charges. Apparently, you can't distinguish one court procedure from another, any more than you can control yourself in a courtroom. Out, now! Captain Parmalee, see to it. Oh, I forgot something.
The $20, Reese.
Oh, yeah. Well... Lucky for little Billy Gossett, Mrs. Snyder didn't bring charges on him for busting her window. Larkin would probably hang the boy for that. I didn't even get to say my piece for that $20. Oh, Clerk.
I'll get Parmalee and the judge.
We're too late. You get on back to Uvalde and tell McMillan what happened. Tell him I'll get them records one how or another.
Has someone gone for a doctor?
Yes, they have.
I'm all right.
What happened, Simpson?
They burned the Uvalde courthouse. Ordered me out and burned it. I got in from the back. Saved some records. In a box. The buckboard.
Joe?
All right. Here you go.
Now he's got more than ashes.
That's them. The records.
Simpson, you rest easy. The doctor will be here in a minute. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. That fire was a deliberate attempt to foil the judicial process.
I'd say that someone was trying to stop you from holding court in Uvalde.
Warrants, bail bonds, indictments. Why, it's incredible. There are documents here going back for years. I don't understand it. How's Simpson?
Doc says he'll be all right. He was just nicked.
Just nicked. Why, they chased him out of town. You know, I think if they'd found Simpson had those documents, they'd have killed him. I hope Judge McCallum hasn't been harmed.
Well, that ain't very likely. Ike McCallum runs Uvalde County, and his gunslingers make sure that...
Gunslingers? Judge McCallum?
Well, that's just what I heard. Ike McCallum's got 10 or 20 of them handy. He calls them deputies when he wants to do it legal, like.
Captain Parmalee, I want these records taken to Uvalde and held there pending my arrival.
Maybe you ought to let things cool down there a little bit first, Judge.
The United States will not be intimidated, and I will not be intimidated. Is that clear?
Reese, you heard the judge. Take the box to Uvalde. Yes, sir. Right now, Captain. Yes, sir. Right now.
This man?
One of my best, Judge.
Well, that may well be, but I'm not appointing him to any court of mine. Man can't tell the difference between a trial and a...
You want that box to get to Uvalde?
Well, I appreciate your loyalty, Captain, but this man isn't going to take him. Now, that ranger seems to know something about Uvalde. Why not send him?
He's a new man with us, Judge.
And I ain't half as good at rangering as Reese here.
Well, you ain't never gonna be if you keep dogging all your duties all the time. I'm telling you that right now.
I ain't dogging it,
Now,
Reese.
Judge, I want to tell you something. Well, I think you made the right choice in picking Buck. Really. I really do. He's a good man. And Captain, it'll give him a chance to get a little experience, don't you think, sir? And the fact that there are 4 new dancers coming into town to work at the Laredo saloon wouldn't have anything to do with all of this nobility, would it, Reese? Well, now, who, me, Captain? No, sirree. I'd never let a thing like that get into my thinking. Not into my thinking, not for a minute, sir. Never. No, sirree. All right, you win this one. Buckmeister, take charge of that box.
Captain, Chad and Joe would be much better for the...
Oh, they'll be right beside you every step of the way.
Captain, I ain't worth a dang at this kind of thing.
You'll learn. In the meantime, Reese, you're in charge of the office. Yes, sir, Captain. I'll take the judge to Uvalde myself.
Captain, Ike McCallum never was any good at paperwork. Most of this stuff...
Now, you heard the Captain. Now, get.
Let's go.
Go on.
Do you get the feeling, Joe, that that new clerk is pondering some big legal problem?
Either that or something he ate ain't setting just right with him.
They leaving?
Yes, and they got the box with them.
I get the feeling he knows more about Uvalde than he wants to say.
Do you get that feeling, Chad?
Yeah? Well, I know it's going to be a long 100 miles. And the odds are they're going to be real busy ones. Buckmeister? That's right.
Easy.
It's just my card. He's a lawyer.
That's right. I represent a number of clients in Uvalde County. People who've been under Ike McCallum's thumb for a long time. They'd like to see Judge Larkin come into Uvalde.
Well, then they got loose brains.
A number of my clients have been indicted on false evidence and perjured testimony. Well, they've been allowed out on bond, but always with the knowledge that McCallum could have them arrested and confined.
Well, now, Mr. Lawyer, isn't that between you and the judge?
My people are caught between two factions. Judge Larkin goes by the record. But in Uvalde County, Ike McCallum makes the record. If Larkin takes McCallum's records as the facts, a lot of innocent people are going to suffer. We're here to settle it. I've been authorized to offer $1,000 for that box.
Well, what does an offer like that sound to you like, Joe?
A bribe?
Yeah.
Are you offering us a bribe?
Yes.
Well, you got a lot of nerve, Mr. Burke. I'll give you that.
My clients have a great deal at stake.
A bunch of innocent victims, mostly orphans and women.
Just desperate people.
Desperate enough to burn down the Uvalde courthouse?
Yes, they did that. But if you let me buy that box, that'll be an end to it.
If we don't?
If you don't, McCallum's men are going to try to stop you.
Dogged if they don't sound like a threat to me.
Take it as a warning. That's what it's meant to be. There is a threat, though. McCallum's deputies will stop at nothing to get their hands on that box.
Well, that's their lookout, isn't it?
Just hold on, Joe.
Now, just hold on. What do you mean, just hold on? You're not thinking of taking his bribe, are you?
Now, I don't want the money. It's just that, well, that Ike McCallum is just plain no good.
Buck, that is Larkin's problem.
Go on, let's get it.
McCallum is determined to keep federal jurisdiction out of Uvalde County. Destroy those records, and my people will help to see you get through.
Whoa.
Buck is kind of on the fence about this job, isn't he?
Yeah, there's something going on there, Joe, but I'll be dogged if I can figure out what it is.
Yeah.
You better keep my card, Mr. Buckmeister. What I hear, you may need a lawyer.
Now, just who told you that, Mr. Burke?
If you get through to Uvalde alive, look me up.
Well, the way you've been dawdling, Buck, we may never get to Uvalde.
We may not get there anyhow if McCallum has his way.
Well, since you're so all-fired worried about McCallum, you better just give me that box.
Now, I ain't taking my eyes off that.
Well, let's get on with it.
Oh, wait a second, Joe. What if the three of us split up and we each make out like we're carrying that box, hmm?
Yeah, that way McCallum's guns wouldn't know who to go for.
Now, that's right, Buck, that's right. What do you say, Joe?
It's worth a try, I guess. We'll meet in Carrizo Springs. Come on.
There's one of them now.
I'll do what I can to hold him here. Well, hello there.
Well, hello yourself.
In town for a good time?
What would you recommend?
How about a drink to start with?
All right, how about a drink to start with?
What'll you have?
Oh, rye will be fine.
Billy?
We'll have ourselves a drink to the belle of the Crystal Saloon. Now, what's your name?
Miss Ivy Vine.
You're kidding.
I have a brother named Pumpkin and a sister named Grape.
Now I know you're kidding.
My father was a humorist.
Yeah, I'll say. A man with a sense of humor like that ought to be hanged.
He was. Feel lucky?
Sure.
Let's see if you're right.
All right. Let's see if I'm right.
I just kind of figured it had to be you.
Was that you out there causing all that ruckus, Joe?
Well, I hope I didn't disturb you none.
Not at all. It was my pleasure. Ivy, say howdy to Joe Riley.
How do you do?
It was my pleasure, ma'am. I guess. Is Buckmeister here yet?
No, I think I beat both of you.
Wait a minute. Not Cotton Buckmeister. Big man from West Texas?
That's where he says he's from, yeah.
You mean Buck is with you taking those court records back to Uvalde?
Yeah?
You just can't keep your big mouth shut, can you?
I didn't tell her a darn thing, Joe.
Oh, that's too funny. Cotton Buckmeister. Those records never will get to Uvalde if Buck has anything to do with it.
Why not?
Because Buck was tried in Uvalde, convicted, and sent to jail, but he broke out. Wanted man.
Tried for what, ma'am?
Breach of promise.
Breach of promise?
It's the funniest trial ever held in Uvalde County. You had to buy tickets to get in.
I only heard rumors about Judge McCallum. Never been to Uvalde.
No, never.
Wasn't that what he told the captain?
Yeah, I think that was what. Well, I can't really blame him for not wanting to go back there, Joe.
I wonder if old Buck knows that he's carrying around records that might send him right back to the Calabozo.
Well, he must know.
Sure got himself in a fix, doesn't he?
Yeah.
If Buck does show up, I bet he won't have those records with him. I hope he won't.
Now, why should that make any difference to you?
Get yourself hauled up into court one time where the jury belongs to the judge and he wants something you've got. Under circumstances like that, you're likely to get indicted for crimes that weren't even committed.
All right, Miss Ivy Vine, fess up time. Why were you indicted? Train robbery?
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter?
My trial has been pending for 3 years. And I pay Judge McCallum $100 a month to keep it pending.
But Ivy, wait now, that's blackmail.
Well, I suppose you could call it that, judicial blackmail. Funny thing is, though, you know, I feel guilty. It was a hunting accident. A real, honest-to-God hunting accident.
Ivy, you could beat a case like that.
Think I want to? Do you think I want to go through a trial just to beat it? No. I'd rather pay McCallum and not go through a trial.
I suppose there are a lot of people just like you.
Sure. McCallum threw his spell over everyone. And the more they pay, the uglier and more guilty they feel. And there's no way of breaking the spell.
You took your own sweet time, didn't you?
Is Chad here?
Yeah. You got the records?
Did you think I'd lose them?
Sure I did.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Huh?
Breach of promise.
Hello, Buck.
Now, that was a danged lying frame-up from beginning to end, Ivy. You know I never asked that woman to marry me.
Well, calm down. Let me get you a drink.
You know, Joe, I never thought of Cotton Buckmeister as a Don Juan, did you?
Oh, he's a real heartbreaker, all right.
You couldn't break Ike McCallum's sister's heart with a sledgehammer.
Ike McCallum's sister? Is that who you asked to marry you?
I never even asked that gal a time of day.
Don't tell me you haven't pulled the records of your case out of this box, Buck.
Well, knowing what we know now, Joe, I think maybe you and me ought to take custody of this here box.
Oh, no, you don't. Come on, give me the box.
Let's leave it right there. Get out of the way. I don't want to hurt anybody. We'll settle these cases right now. Do you want to go back to jail, Buck?
Well, I've been in worse places.
Come on, Buck. See you, Ivy.
I'm gonna have to get that drink the next time around.
Well, the next time around, I'm going to poison it.
Bye, Ivy.
I'll hang on to these, lady killer.
Hey, come on, Buck. We gotta get you back to the loving arms of Ike McCallum's sister.
A fat chance.
Let's go.
Come on, lady killer.
Ain't nobody here.
What's that? You hear a snapping sound?
Yeah, like a trap springing shut.
And we're in it. I guess maybe we better try to keep them folks from coming in.
Who? We got a visitor.
That's Ike McCallum.
Oh, you sure are gonna have an ugly set of relatives, Buck.
Howdy, Cotton. Welcome back to Uvalde. You know, I was afraid you wasn't going to make it. I see you got my court records all safe and tidy. You know, I've been meaning to go through all that paperwork and sort it out. Might just as well get started. Oh, now, Cotton, you better tell your ranger mates here some of the particulars of what's among those records.
What's among them records, Cotton?
You know there's a warrant in there for Cotton Buckmeister's arrest?
That don't make no difference to them.
Well, a fine set of buddies you got. You know, I've been meaning to tear up that warrant and throw it away and just let bygones be bygones.
Nobody ain't touching that box, mostly you.
You want to go to jail, Cotton Buckmeister, hey?
Ike McCallum, you're the kind that'd eat a meal in front of a starving man and throw the scraps to the coyotes. Now just get out.
Now, you listen.
Now, you listen to me.
Joe, did I hear right that Judge McCallum said that there was a warrant in this here box for a fella named Cotton Buckmeister?
Yeah, you did.
Well, now, how many Cotton Buckmeisters you ever run across?
Only just one.
Well, then the odds are that this Cotton Buckmeister and the Cotton Buckmeister that Judge was talking about is the same fella.
Odds are.
Well, I think we'd better take him into custody and hold him for Judge Larkin.
Oh, you two are very funny.
We're just trying to do our job, Buck.
Now, hold on, Chad. I think we ought to help this man. Why, after all, he was breaching promises before he joined the Rangers.
Well, do you really think he's reformed, Joe?
Buckmeister, are you reformed?
I think we ought to help him, Chad.
Well, I think you're right, Joe. But, now, I'll tell you, when you go to stand trial, you just tell that judge that you were clean out of your head.
And we're gonna back that up.
You just keep it up. Keep it up.
A couple of you boys better get around to the back of that building. Make sure they don't get away with that box. Come on. Come on. Start firing, boys. Make them keep their heads down.
See why McCallum took such a funny way to frame me.
Because that's his way, making folks look a fool. You sure do. I was running for sheriff.
I thought you was running for the alder.
I was running for sheriff, and I had the votes, too. Let the fool trial come along. It was nothing but politics.
You don't mean to tell me you played politics with a woman?
I never played nothing with her.
Well, now, Buck, now maybe the best way out of this thing is for you to go ahead and marry Ike McCallum's sister.
Good thinking, Joe. Let's call McCallum. We'll negotiate.
No, I ain't gonna do it. That Ada McCallum is as big as two elephants and as dumb as an adobe fence, and I ain't gonna marry her.
Buck, you sure got a closed mind.
Somebody owes me a new hat.
You'll be lucky to have a head to put it on by the time Ike McCallum gets through with us.
Cotton? Cotton Buckmeister? Cotton? Cotton, it's me. Ada McCallum. Oh, I've got a nice hot supper for you.
Well, ask her what it is, Buck.
Shh. Maybe she'll go away.
Rabbit stew and dumplings. Oh, I've missed you so much, Cotton, honey.
Well, let's get that stuff out of the window and let the lady in. I'm starving.
No.
I always knew you'd come back. Well, speak to me, Cotton Love.
Go on, speak to her, Cotton Love. I'm getting out of here.
Howdy, ma'am. Oh,
Hanky.
yes, ma'am.
Oh, Cotton. Oh, Cotton Love. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, Cotton.
for this moment.
I'll go get the captain and Judge Larkin. Bye, Edith.
Cotton Love, you take me with you, huh? Please. Cotton Love. Oh, Cotton.
Don't fight! Don't fight! Shh. It's Ada and her fiance.
Cotton, you take me with you, Cotton. Oh, love, I've waited so long for this. No!
If I ever get to 10, he doesn't get away. He's no bet.
Please, take me with you. Oh, take me with you. You hear? Cotton, please, take me with you. Oh, no! Oh, Cotton! Oh, why you? Why? I'll have my brother send you to jail for the rest of your natural life.
You should have bet. Yeah. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Ah, but she sure makes a mighty fine pot of stew.
Let me taste it.
Half you men better get after Buck and keep Judge Larkin occupied. Now get going. We gotta get them records or we're all going to jail. Come on.
Oh, I should have put dynamite in this stew pot.
You know, baby sister, you got a great fund of mother wit.
Rather have a husband.
That is good stew, Bill. I'm full.
Going quiet.
Yeah. I liked it better when they were shooting at us.
Ain't gonna be going nowhere. They'll be shooting again.
Yeah.
Come on, Captain.
Come on, let's go.
Who are those men, Buckmeister? That's just a few of Judge McCallum's deputies. Rest of them are shooting at Chad and Joe. Unpardonable.
You really think Larkin would put Buck back in jail?
You seen old limit of the law, Larkin? What's your bet?
Jail.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Go on and get them records. Go on, go.
That was a darn fool thing to do to them records, Joe.
Well, now, the way I see it, Chad, boy, we
We save them innocent folks some grief. All them records don't make no matter to them no-goods no-how. They're just gonna go out and break the law again.
I must say you do have a point.
My records.
The whole kit and caboodle just blows sky high. Sorry about that, Buck.
Yeah, now that is too bad. That's a suffering shame after all the work and the trouble we went to get them here. That's just a crying shame.
Circuit Court is now in session. Judge Larkin presiding.
Court is in session.
I am the duly elected judge of Uvalde County. You have got no jurisdiction in my court.
Ladies and gentlemen, all those in favor of retaining Judge McCallum in his present office will signify by saying aye. You just lost an election, McCallum. Sit down. Having studied the available evidence briefly, I hold you and your deputies responsible for conspiracy to commit murder, for attempting to bribe a federal judge, for felonious assault on the legal representatives of the state of Texas in the person of 3 Texas Rangers. And I promise you there will be more charges brought as further evidence is discovered. I hold you all without bail for trial in the next session of this court.
Quiet. Order in the court.
Now, there are people in this courtroom who not only took the law into their own hands and willfully destroyed public property, but also offered a bribe to a duly constituted federal law officer. I'm given to understand that those involved are people who are victims of Judge McCallum's army of deputies. The court understands their anxiety, but I will not condone the use of force or coercion any more than I will condone that of thugs and villains. The fine for each of you involved is $50 and a year's hard labor. Pay the fine to the clerk, jail sentence is suspended.
Sit down.
More like it.
Cotton Buckmeister, step up here, please.
That's you, Buck.
Friends like you guys, a guy don't need enemies.
You're the lawbreaker, Buck, not us.
Only one document survived the explosion. This warrant.
One warrant survived. It had to be mine.
It says you broke jail, Buckmeister.
He also broke my heart. That's what he was convicted for.
Well, it's a serious business, Buckmeister. You got something to say for yourself?
I was framed.
Oh, well, then perhaps you better appeal the case and try it again.
No, sir. I'll go to jail first.
Breach promised 2 years, breaking jail 5 years. That adds up to 7, How long have you been a ranger, Buckmeister?
2 weeks, sir.
How long's your enlistment?
3 years.
Well, you'll be under government supervision for that time, so we'll reduce your sentence to 3 years and grant you probation. And I'll appoint Mr. Cooper and Mr. Riley here your probationary officers. You'll be responsible to them for your good behavior.
Responsible as... No, sir, I'll go to jail. I'll take the 7 years straight.
Mr. Judge, sir, we're going to take real good care of this man, and we're going to see that he goes to Sunday school once every week.
Yes, sir, and Mr. Judge, I guarantee you that we'll try our very hardest to improve his moral character.
I'd rather marry Ada McCallum.
Cotton. Oh, Cotton, love. Oh. Hi, brother. You heard him ask.
I sure did, baby sister.
Well, here's my answer, Mr. Cotton Buckmeister. Why, I wouldn't marry you if you were the only man in Texas. Look out!
I thought you said she was dumb, Buck.
Smartest woman I ever saw, Buck.
Out, get out.
Come on. Oh, Ada.
Ada McCallum has her pride, and don't you forget it!
Very good, my man. There, you see, Joe, he can follow orders.
Sure, if they're simple enough. Good man, Buck.
Thank you, Buckmeister. You're learning fast.
Where you going?
Oh, I thought I might drop over to Carrizo Springs and inform Miss Ivy that her case is no longer pending. Buck, please, mind your manners, a leg up.
Sorry, sir. I guess I just misjudged my own strength.
Chad, you're all wet.
Yeah, and that being the case, I guess I better go deliver the good news to Miss Ivy myself.
Oh, I'd rather be a probation officer or a grizzly bear than that Buckmeister. You don't suppose Larkin will let us off, do you?
Not a chance.